What is going on, guys? Zers here. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the recent ad campaign that came out about 3 weeks ago, called "Like a Girl." Right? Okay, so you guys have probably already, if you're watching my video, you probably already have seen Thunderfoot's video on the subject. I know a couple of other videos are starting to come out about "Like a Girl." So if you probably have, I'm gonna refer to it very briefly. If you haven't, I suggest you go check his video out after my video, because in my video I'm gonna talk about something that he really didn't touch on in his video. Something I thought was a little odd, but I think is the most important aspect of this whole ad campaign. And I'm not just saying that it's the most important aspect because this is my video. I'm saying this because I genuinely think that this is a key idea that these little girls and feminists and women have just missed, and I haven't seen anyone mention it. So that's what this video is going to revolve around, the key idea behind the phrase "like a girl." Alright, so what is "Like a Girl" about? Basically, it's an ad campaign by Always, and basically what it is saying is it's trying to change the phrase "like a girl" from an insult to mean something positive, to mean something good for ladies and girls everywhere. You know, they say that during puberty, little girls' self-esteem drops a lot. Like they start becoming self-conscious, and they start getting this low self-esteem once the blood starts flowing, right? Once Mother Nature comes to visit them, their self-esteem, it just drops, and they think that their self-esteem drops because people say they do stuff like a girl, right? So I remember when I first came across this ad campaign, I meant to do this video then, but then I had some other stuff I was filming. So I first came across this ad campaign on Twitter, and I watched this and I was like, the fuck? I was like, what the bloody hell is this? And I thought it was ridiculous, right? And I thought it was ridiculous for one very, very important reason. And that reason is, "like a girl" is not an insult used to describe girls. "Like a girl" is an insult used to describe boys. Like, you don't tell a girl that she does anything like a girl. Like, the same way you wouldn't say that tiger pounces like a tiger, you know, it's the same way you wouldn't say a girl does anything like a girl, because they are a girl. Like, right? You wouldn't say, like, a bolt of lightning is as fast as a bolt of lightning. It's like, oh, fuck, I didn't know. But thank you for telling me that a bolt of lightning is like a bolt of lightning, because I had no idea that lightning was like lightning. And, right? "Like a girl" is not an insult used to put down girls. Right? You know, the same way you wouldn't say, you would call a chicken a chicken. You go, hey, you're a chicken. Well, thanks. Fuck. Shit. You know, right? Like, you wouldn't. And I feel like they've completely missed that aspect of the whole campaign. You don't call a girl a girl. I mean, she's a girl. Like, that's stupid, right? Because literally, by calling the something you're describing that something, you defeat the purpose of the simile. That is the point of the metaphor. So when you say a boy does something like a girl, it is an insult inherently, because he's not a girl. This isn't saying that, you know, girls suck or that girls are inferior in any way. Well, except when it comes to physical strength, which is, when again, the other part of that insult. When you say someone does something like a girl, you're usually referring to them and their physical strength. You know, and the word girl, I mean, what it really implies is an immature female, right? So when you call a boy an immature female, it's an insult, because inherently he's not. The same way when you call a tiger a house cat, you're going to be insulting the tiger. It doesn't mean that house cats suck, or that house cats, well, I mean, in terms of physical strength, again, house cats are inferior to tigers. That's just biology. That's just the truth of the matter. So when you call a man a football player, when a coach shouts to a football player, "Hey, you running like a girl," it means you're not putting in a lot of effort, or it means You're slacking. You're not putting too much in it. Because girls aren't physically strong. And I mean, the same would apply if you called a grown-ass woman a girl. Because you're saying that that adult woman, you know, who's 24, is an immature female. And yeah, you can have some 24-year-old girls. They are immature. That is an insult. And you cannot, it's the same thing with the whole slut-shaming thing. How they're trying to make the word slut not be an insult anymore. Sorry, doesn't work that way. I apologize. Right? Not really, but still. Actually, no, not but still. I don't apologize. I like the word slut. But yeah, when you call an adult woman a girl, you are insulting her. If you're saying an adult woman is an immature female, that's an insult. But if you call an immature female, that's just calling her what she is. Right? And so that's why no one says like a girl to girls. Or at least I've never seen it before. And even if they did, it doesn't make any sense. You know? Because people have told me back when I was younger, back when I was little, you know, like in fucking elementary school, like when this shit happens, you know, some people are like, man, dude, you catch like a girl. Because girls don't play football too much. And the ones that do, well, still really aren't as good as the boys. And I'm not saying that to be a dick to small little girls. It's me. I'm just being honest, you know, just being real with you, you know. But that's what that means. It's not saying that girls suck or girls are inferior to boys. It's just in terms of physical strength, they can't compete. Again, that's biology. That's not me being sexist. You know, so the next thing that Thunderfoot neglected to talk about in his video is how all these ad campaigns like Ban Bossy and this fucking sorry not sorry bullshit is that the whole campaign coddles towards women. It coddles towards them, it panders them, and ultimately it just serves to make them weaker. You know, this whole thing that, you know, you try to say like a girl is empowering or like a girl is not insulting, instead of giving them the reality of the situation that sometimes people are going to say something you don't like. Sometimes people are going to hurt your feelings. Sometimes you're going to be insulted. But instead of teaching little girls how to deal with insults, instead of teaching them how to deal with criticism, we pamper them, or white knights will run to their defense. You know, instead of teaching girls, you know, how to be leaders, we tell other people to stop calling them bossy and to let them be fucking bossy, which is quite honestly a very detrimental way to lead a group of people. You know, a leader is supposed to be someone who galvanizes people to do something. It's not someone who just fucking tells you what to do. So the whole don't call people bossy thing is stupid. But that's another video for another time. Strictly focusing on this whole like a girl thing, again, you know, sometimes, you know, and I think every kid needs to be bullied to a certain degree. Like, not bullied to the point where they can't take it all, or not point where, like, the whole world is against them. Not bullied to the point where they commit suicide. I'm not talking about that. No, nobody deserves that. But I do think every kid, every now and again, every human being needs to meet somebody that's a little bigger than them, or a group of people who are going to push them down on the ground. You know, and the kid's going to get back up and say, hey man, leave me alone. You know, or a girl is going to walk down the street, a couple of girls are going to snicker or start a rumor, and she's going to say, you know what, I don't care, I didn't sleep with that guy. And I do think this needs to happen a little bit. Not a lot. Not to the point where people can't take it. Like, not to the point where it's just too much for anyone to bear. But just a little bit. People need to learn how to stand up for themselves. And it's perfectly fine to go through adversity. It's perfectly fine to get your feelings hurt. It's perfectly fine to be called a nigger. Right? It's perfectly fine to be called a Jew or any of that stuff. As long as you learn how to deal with the criticism, and learn how to deal with the insults, and how to deal with these negative people. But when you make an ad campaign that's telling people, you know, to stop hurting feelings, well, then you're going to end up crippling everybody. You know, my dad always said, you know, you don't test steel by looking at it, you test steel by beating it. And sometimes people need to get a little bit of pressure on them. If you want these girls to grow up to be really strong, then teach them how to deal with criticism. Teach them. Like, remember that whole thing with Nash Greer when he made the video that his fans asked for? You know how he made a video saying what he liked about girls because his fans asked him to make that video? Well, they got exactly what they wanted, but because it wasn't what they wanted to hear, they all started to cry. And instead of sucking up Nash's, not even just his opinion, instead of sucking up his opinion and saying, well, so what? You had a whole bunch of white knights coming in defending these girls. You had a whole bunch of these girls telling you, like people on YouTube, go watch my video series. Go watch my video series. I have a whole video series on it. You have a whole bunch of girls like, you're beautiful, and it doesn't matter what they say. All that matters is what you think. No, let them get their feelings hurt sometimes, and then let them grow and get better. And I guess the very last thing I want to chat about is really something I've always been saying on my channel, but I have to bring it up. For anyone who, if this is the first video you've ever seen me do, then I need to bring this up just for future reference. And I'm always going to bring this up until I hit about 15,000 subscribers. When I get 15,000 subscribers, I will stop saying this. No, that's a lie, I probably won't. But yeah, listen, a lot of people, a lot of these ad campaigns say that girls' self-esteem drops because people say you do things like a girl. Well, no, that's not the reason why a woman's self-esteem drops. You want to know why girls' self-esteem drops in puberty? People like her. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, Zers, that doesn't make any sense. If you've been subscribed to my channel, you'll probably be like, oh, I know where this is going. Yeah, listen guys, girls hate other girls. Women hate women. When girls hit puberty, they start to become aware of their attraction to boys, and thus they want other boys to be attracted to them. Because women are not taught to be sexually aggressive, and by sexually aggressive I mean to go pursue boys very often, they have to gain the attention of men passively. They have to gain this attention by putting on makeup or wearing some tight jeans or wearing some clothes that's going to get men to notice them. Well, guess what? Other girls are doing it too. So women see other women as their competition in the sexual marketplace. The same way a football team hates somebody else on a different football team is the same way women hate other women, because they're all competing for the prize that is someone to fucking take care of them. This is why their self-esteem drops. Because they start comparing themselves to other women that they themselves think are prettier than them. It has nothing to do with being called a girl or being insulted. It has everything to do with biology and pampering women and not teaching them how to deal with insults and how to deal with criticism. That's where this self-esteem, this low self-esteem comes from. So, I mean, with that being said, I think I said everything I needed to say. So go ahead and check out Thunderfoot's video. It's pretty much the other half to this video. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comments below. And as always, have a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.